I do recommend that you consult with your licensed healthcare practitioner, but I will also add to that me really being on a mission to help people, I really couldn't recommend more in addition to that you consult with somebody like myself that really helps people reverse diabetes and get healthy rather than just medicate them for life. And in medicating them for life, generally speaking, in medicating them for life for that, their health is just going to decline. And their diabetes is going to get worse and they're going to need more medication. Now, are there exceptions and are there great doctors out there? Yes. But generally speaking, when I see people go the conventional route in diabetes, they are basically medicated for life and their health declines because of it, sometimes more rapid than others, but generally on a decline where they need more medication and they get more and more health issues. And I definitely, whether it's diabetes or other stuff, that stuff makes my skin boil when I know you can make a difference. As we go through some of this stuff, I'm going to expect that you're going to doubt some of the stuff, what I recommend, and encourage you to keep an open mind and wisely test it for yourself. Now that said, basically looking at, like I said, people going, I've been digging into more and more some diabetes forums and threads and groups and stuff like that. And again, it just, knowing what I know really helps people reverse diabetes. To see people so ingrained in cut out sugar, give me my metformin, give me my insulin, give me my glucagon, give me my and no, you can't have potatoes, and no, you can't have this, and you can't have that, and I got peripheral neuropathy, give me my drugs. Like that's it just really makes my blood boil, especially when you realize that you can make a difference. So that said, where does most of my stuff come from? Most of my stuff comes from, for the last 4 years, well, even back up bigger picture. For the last 30 years, I tend to be pretty obsessed about finding the best stuff out there. I've realized a long time ago, and I keep seeing it as a reoccurring theme, and a lot of my teachers see the same thing, like 95% of people doing anything are not doing it well. It's really, in a good way, there's 1% to 5% of the population in any given area is doing really well. So I tend to be seeking the world for those people that are that, hey, where are the top 1% that are really making a difference? When especially in the medical community, when the medical community says, no, you can't fix that, or we're unable to fix that, like, guess what? Most of those things people are fixing. And it's not some hocus pocus, woohoo, whatever. It's solid foundation stuff that really works, that sadly most people don't know about. And sadly, most of our medical community is, I would say, anywhere from heavily influenced to corrupted with the pharmaceutical industry. So it's as much as most people don't know about it, it's no secret that you can fix people with diabetes and get them healthy and reverse diabetes, but yet almost no doctors or medical or insurance or anything like that does that. It just, oh, yep, what are the, typical, like I said, all right, yep, you're diabetic, here's your insulin, here's your metformin, and, go down the list from there. So where, more recently, 4 years ago, I discovered Z Health, and then off of MTG, which is an offshoot of that. And what I've seen over and over again is I've never seen a more intelligent, and I mean this in a caring way, in a good way, a bunch of nerdy, intelligent people that, and more important than that, that really care about people, and their drive is to help people. They are not, some of them make decent money, but none of them are driven by money. They're driven by helping people. And they're able to explain the science and the medical stuff better than anybody I've ever seen, and explain why most conventional stuff is making things worse, and what to do about it. And more importantly, because you can almost say anything with numbers and science and stuff like that. But more importantly, what I keep seeing over and over and over again with my clients and their clients, because I belong to a network of them, is that over and over again, I see people that, again, by the medical community, either said, we can't fix you, incurable, we can't fix you, or we tried and we are unable to fix you. And I see people in the Z Health network and the MTG network, like, fixing people like that all the time. I regularly see the people on the end, receiving end of that in tears of joy, or they're either smiling, laughing, or tears of joy. We're like, wow, many different people, but I over and over see people. I struggled. I saw this specialist, that specialist, this specialist for years, decades, my whole life, and got little to nothing, and then came here. And it's starting to get known, well, going back, if you've never heard of Z Health, most people have never heard of Z Health. That said, it is well spread around the United States and Europe for the last 15 years, but it's still just, for the average person, it's still just starting to make a name for itself. And it is starting to get known for stuff like that. So you do see not only practitioners going there, but you actually see people that have, whether it's diabetes or other issues that haven't been solved, they are flocking to Z Health as well. In continuing to be transparent, this free beginner training is to help you see what is possible, and to see if you're coachable and serious about reversing your diabetes. Now, just the fact that you guys got Chronometer and put your stuff in, depending on who you're asking, that might seem simple, but you know what? Most people will never do it. Even if they really believe, like, hey, I could reverse my diabetes, or I could fix this metabolic issue, or I could fix this issue, or I could, sadly, most people won't even do that. And so you do got to do some work, and you do got to figure out a little bit of technology. And that's not just you, Cheryl, that's a lot of people. So yes, I do want to see people that are serious about it, and that will do what it's do the homework, do the work that's needed. So next thing on here is a sliding scale. I would say this is not a request, this is imperative, and not just for this, but I would say this to any diabetic. If you're going to change your nutrition and or activity, you absolutely have to talk to your healthcare provider about a sliding scale, which would mean, hey, doc or nurse or whoever you talk to, if I'm going to be making some changes in nutrition or activity or anything like that that can change my blood sugar numbers, you need to know when to change your medication. You need to know when you need to stop your medication, because if you don't, you could dangerously go too low, and that's not a good thing. So
too low. And what do you mean? Too low in the glucose numbers?
Yeah. So if you do some things, if you do some other things, if you change some other things in your life that drop your blood sugar numbers, and then you go take your medication, the same medication, your blood sugar could go dangerously low.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So definitely, you definitely want to continue to monitor your blood pressure. I mean, not your blood, your blood glucose every day, but also to know, like, oh wow, if I get to this number, I need to either cut back my medication, or if I get to this number, I need to stop my medication.
Okay.
So does that make sense to you, Cheryl? Yeah. And I mean, as much as I've said that, guess what? Over the years, there's a lot of people that didn't do it, and thankfully nobody got hurt. But I've definitely had people like and they didn't connect it at first, but like, whoa, I was like, I felt like I was gonna pass out. I was so tired, and then like soon after that, with every one of those cases, they click like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I should check my, oh yeah, like they were way too low on their sugar. So
and that happened on a daily basis. So like, if one day I didn't eat that much, could I have symptoms of that after one day, or is that more of a long term?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you should, ideally, I wish it was common practice for them to say that anyway. Because for some I want to get back to it, but I'm going to kind of go a roundabout way. But there's some people that I've seen that their eating is way out of control. So their eating is all over the place. So their numbers are all over the place. And then I've seen other people that have just gotten their diabetes so bad that their diabetes is so erratic and all over the place that their sugar numbers are going way up and way down and way up. And what they're doing is they take their medication and it plummets, and then they're taking other stuff to jack it back up, and they're basically going through these giant ups and downs, and they're trying to just they're over medicated one way, they're over medicated the other way, they're over medicated one way the other way, and that's no way to go. Like, so yes, you even without talking to me or doing anything with me, anybody should know, hey, if my blood sugar numbers change out of their, whatever you want to call quote unquote normal for you, like, how do I adjust my medication? And sometimes that might mean, or I take less. Sometimes that might mean like, okay, there's days where I might need to stop. And if I continue hitting those numbers, I can continue to stop. And that's ideally where we're going. Just so you know, and like Cheryl's got severe back pain and high blood pressure. Pain and stress raises blood sugar. So keeping that in mind. So especially for, like you said, yeah, you went and had your sweets, but you were also in severe pain. So that severe pain, it is a stressor that, and especially the way you're talking about it. I mean, she's talking about her pain being like I think you said a 9 or a 10 on times like that.
Oh my gosh.
And so, yeah, so that's going to raise your blood sugar. So, yeah, so keep that in mind. Yeah. Yes, it will raise, while I'm at it, that kind of pain and that kind of stress will raise your cholesterol, your blood sugar, and your blood pressure. Starting with the idea that excess sugar is not the cause of diabetes. And cutting back on sugars and cutting back on carbs, especially minimizing them, is definitely not the way to go and is actually very detrimental. Basically, I would say diabetes is a malnutrition problem or a nutrition problem. So when you truly fix the nutrition, you fix the diabetes. And so between what you do have a problem with is you have a problem metabolizing sugar. And if you think about it, I'm going to back up a second. Sugar, I want to be crystal clear. Sugars are our primary preferred source of fuel. To the point where if we can't get them or we don't get them, our body will break down our muscles and organs to make sugar. So, yeah. So, sugars, everything we eat turns to sugar. Again, it is when you look at all the studies and all the mechanisms of the body, it is obviously our primary preferred source of fuel. So if you are not getting it, if you're not getting enough of it, your body will break down your muscles and organs to make it. It is more about, so if it's not excess sugar, it's, again, more of a nutritional problem that causes us to be unable or have difficulty metabolizing sugar. Now, that said, too, another way of looking at it, too, if I'm having trouble metabolizing sugar and I take it away, am I going to get better or worse at metabolizing sugar?
Worse.
Worse, yeah. Yeah. I used this analogy the other day, but it's accurate. You're on the couch. You've been on the couch for a long time, and you're not good at exercising. So, okay, let's stay on the couch then. Yeah, is that going to help?
Nope.
No, you need to learn how to exercise and exercise properly. So Yeah, if you're not good at exercising, avoiding exercising is not going to make things better. It's going to make things worse. So, so we need to give you the resources that you can use sugar. Give you the sugar and the resources, the nutritional resources to use sugar.